esportsbets.com, the service where gamers will bet real money on virtual events. Only here, the best odds and widest coverage of games from Dota 2 to Hearthstone. We have over 200,000 users registered. Join us. Prove that you are the best versed in esports. Who will get the first blood? Who will take the first Roshan? Who will win the knife round? Participate in the race of predictors and earn real money. The more bids, the more bonuses. Reward for your first deposit up to $600. esportsbets.com. Foresight, passion, and calculation.
All right, and we're back for game 2 of 3 of our first series of the day. Cloud9 trying to close out Alliance in the second game. Cloud9 looked really good in game number 1.
And Alliance will mainly have to just strategize better, as we talked about. So let's just jump right into the draft. They've actually got a really good start, so I'm curious to see which direction they take it. And of course, first we're going to introduce the teams once again. Alliance with their players Ake, Bulldog, Loda, Misery, and Chessie, currently being stood in for by 8mother. And then on Cloud9 side, it's going to be Eternal Envy, Pilot Eye, Aoi 2000, Fata, and Mag standing in for Bone7, who unfortunately got sick and was advised to travel home and rest with his it was kidney stones, I believe. So very unfortunate, but Mag has been doing an admirable job. I think he has fit the team well. I think it was the best possible standing they could get on such short notice. Of course, he is pretty close to the arena, and yeah, just has been a good standing for them. Now, Cloud9 are going to start with the same opener again. They're going to get Skywrath Centaur, but this time Alliance get Brew and Io, which I think is a way better start for them than the previous one.
Yeah, Alliance's draft is setting good old 8mother up for success. His Brew is good.
His Brew is good, and although Skywrath is a pretty good counter to it, it's usually the situation where you're like blink, clap, split, or if you're really fast, Skywrath can't really react unless he's in the perfect position. Or if you think Skywrath can react, you just blink, split, and you don't clap. If you don't have time, better safe than sorry, but needs to be a little bit careful against the Skywrath, of course, but still definitely a manageable game for him. Now, Alliance, interesting to see them banning out Terrorblade first phase and Naga second. Do not want to let Envy play that split push kind of style with the illusion carries.
And going for the fighter strat, I think. I don't think it's going to be like a late gamer coming out from them, especially not with the EO. But I think Cloud9 also see that coming, banning out the Sven, a very common partner with the EO, at least for Alliance. PA's decent, but a lot of magic damage coming out from Cloud9 too. Not really sure what they want to pair up, but can always wait for 4th or 5th pick. And question is, what is Bulldog going to play? Batrider banned out. His Void was okay last time, but doesn't really synergize that well with Brewmaster or EO, so I doubt they'll pick it for him. And I really think that it's important that he gets a hero that he can succeed with and is super comfortable on rather than just mildly comfortable.
This is not a good clockwork game either, so I don't think they're going to get him that. You hook in, you get Skywrath ultied, you get Witch Doctor ultied, and you die.
Yeah, Tidehunter would have been good, but that's been banned out. What other one? I guess Timbersaw is all right too.
Still kind of hard playing Timber into Skywrath. It's not too bad, though. I think
the problem is there aren't that many better options, I feel.
No, they banned the Beastmaster themselves, which I would have actually suggested. I don't know if Bulldog ever plays it, though. What do you think about, if you're saying Alliance play the fighting style, what do you think about a Bounty Hunter?
Bounty Hunter would be amazing. I think it's great.
It's pretty good here.
Very good with EO, too.
Yeah. Easy to find track ganks, set up for some nice income.
Somewhat nullifies Stampede with getting a lot of move speed on your team. I think, actually, that's a brilliant idea that Alliance should take them. But
it's been a long time since Bulldog played it, though. They're going to grab Wraith King for now. I think this is a core. Knowing Alliance, we've seen Loda playing that multiple times. One of the weaknesses of Wraith King is his pretty poor mobility, which IO makes up for. So I generally consider Wraith King one of the weaker popular cores, but he is really good with an IO. That solves his problems. Now, Cloud9 are going to run their Starladder strategy again that we saw previously with Witch Doctor yesterday, and worked out really well for them that game.
One of the problems facing a Starladder is it's just very difficult to itemize around. If you get AC, you'll still get stunned and like bursted down by Skywrath. In this particular lineup, if you don't get armor, you'll just get like 3-shot. And on top of that, they have the Witch Doctor ultimate, and you kind of need it versus the mass stuns that Starladder puts out too. And it also leads to very difficult engages around Roshan, where Cloud9 can do it very quickly without taking that much damage, and the Alliance are kind of forced to fight. Starladder's downfall is that he's terrible at farming, and he really needs a Blink Dagger, I'd say, to be effective. But I'm glad to see some Starladder come.
But the safe lane of Cloud9 is so strong that you can't contest him. So even though he's not good at farming, of course, we're mainly talking about the mid-late game where he doesn't have any.
They can contest it. I'd say they can go aggro try and then get like a safe lane Nature's Prophet, and then you can.
That's true.
You can kind of run them over that way. I think that Alliance should contest it just because of how good C9 is at playing greedy in their safe lane.
Well, they have to make a decision soon. They're running out of time here. They're going to get Doom for Bulldog. That's one more hero that he has played quite a lot, especially a few months ago when it was a bigger pick. Do you think that's good here?
I don't really think so. I think there's a lot of stuff that Doom isn't that great against. Like if you Doom Starladder, it's not that big of a deal.
You just stampede when someone gets Doom.
Yeah, you stampede away. And I think that they needed like a harder lockdown. He's also not that great of a tank with really low armor versus a Starladder, but at the same time he is pretty durable versus magic damage, not as squishy as All Faces Void versus Centaur Skywrath combo.
I think it's a better pick than Void at least, which they might have considered.
I think they were just running out of time. They had 8 seconds left, so they could have picked another support and then have like a good another like 3 minutes to think about it.
For Alliance, I would say Prophet might have been a better choice. Just knowing the team, looking at the game plan, and either that or the Bounty Hunter that we talked about. But we'll see how the Doom works. If you Doom Starladder while he's sprinting, it doesn't purge it.
I don't believe so.
It still purges some things. It's a little bit special in that regard. It still removes runes, I believe, and stuff like that when you purge, when you Doom someone, sorry.
I don't think it's a magical buff.
But sprint should stay on, I think. Well, maybe we'll see it happening and then we'll know for sure. But it's going to be a Timber ban from Cloud9. Maybe worried that Alliance will pick it against their double strength. What do you think about that? Could they have run that?
I don't think
they could have done that with a Doom jungle.
I don't think they would have picked it. I think they can do it, but Alliance wouldn't have done it.
Because they want that Doom to be played by Bulldog. Or, well, they also played on Misery, so it's not out of the question that they could have grabbed that.
That's true.
And knowing if that would have happened, I think Cloud9 could have gone for an aggressive trial and just punished that Aya Wraith King, which they could have run over with their double range support and just any sort of core in that lane. They're going to last pick a Razor. Has quite a few good targets. Brewmaster, Wraith King, Doom, all 3 melee heroes that come in close in the fight. Get a static link on one of them, control them with either Witch Doctor or Starladder or Centaur, and drain whatever damage you need. I think that's a very good last pick.
Yeah, good at winning the lane versus Brewmaster, and they don't actually have that much burst to take down a Razor, as you said. 3 melee heroes, not too much magic burst, nothing like a Skywrath to immediately take him down.
And his ultimate is synergy with Amplify damage too. It's physical damage type, so look for that lightning to hit hard.
Good mech carrier.
Yep.
Alliance, what are they going to pick last? Probably another support? I'm still not sure. As you mentioned, the Misery Doom could come into play here.
I'm going to get Veno.
So it could be Bulldog Veno, Bulldog Doom. Most likely.
I don't know about this draft from Alliance. We said it's what they needed to improve upon. I don't know if this is even better than in the previous game. I guess against the playstyle or the game plan of Cloud9, this is hopefully going to be better for them. But I'm still not sold on their combination of heroes. I
like the first 3.
You have a Brew split, and then who does the damage? You have damage over time. You have Veno, you have Doom. Where's the burst?
I mean, I don't think the full draft was good. I think they had a good lead-in, just like last game.
I agree.
And then it's kind of fallen off. So Cloud9 chances looking pretty good, judging by the draft.
And I would say no matter, oh, look, we've got some Russian casters. No matter what Alliance would have last picked, I was about to say that before they picked their hero. I think, regardless of hero, I would still favor Cloud9's lineup. I think they could have picked anything out of the pool. The first really clear, I don't want to know if we should call it a clear mistake, but the first pick I really doubted was the Doom.
Yes.
That kind of set them in a very obvious position for Cloud9 to figure out and just draft around. Kind of gave away their hand. So we're into the game. I'm going to introduce the 2 teams, starting with Alliance. Moving out towards the top lane is going to be Loda and Ake as the tandem on Wraith King and Io. We've got 8mother playing on his Brewmaster, probably his most successful hero while standing in for Alliance. Misery, we're playing as the Venomous Snake Venomancer, and Bulldog in the off lane on the Doom.
On the Radiant side, we have 4 Cloud9 heroes. In the bottom lane, EE on that Starladder, Aoi 2000 closely followed behind on the Witch Doctor. Pylidyne, a Skywrath Mage with that cool-looking set, and Fada on the Razor. And on the offlane, we have Mag again playing the Centaur.
Oh, that's something new. I didn't expect that out of Cloud9.
Oh, Ward easy spotted.
Place a ward, yeah. Good movement from Alliance, being in position here. I think they've watched Cloud9's replays, how they like to go and place this ward. And that should be sentryed within not too long. Does a courier moving out? Might even have them. Yes, it does. Misery Buying the sentry wards will get a 50 gold refund by destroying the observer. And that's a good start, because now Mag cannot play safely in that lane. The Alliance lane has plenty of kill potential against him.
Still, Alliance, what are they going to do with this Venomancer? I'm curious to know whether he's going to gank or not. There's not really any good gank targets. He's not going to be able to kill a Razor mid, or highly unlikely that he is, and maybe Centaur might be the best target, but Mag's been playing very safely in the off lane, I'd say, or at least not in range of death in the early couple of minutes.
Yeah. See, I'm curious to see how much experience Misery gets, to be honest. Venomancer is one of those support heroes who is... He has like a couple of trademarks or really important moments. Level 1 is a big one. Venomous Gale, it's an incredible level 1 ability. And then you want to hit either level 6 if you're skill poisoner, or level 7 to level 4 Plague Wards. And Venomancer, who's between level 1 and 4, this hero scales really poorly. There's not much coming out. You're good at harassing with Poison Sting, but the wards are still weak until at least level 3.
Yeah, well, if he picks Poison Sting at level 2, he's still pretty strong at level 2. I think, yeah, 3 to 5 is really weak. 3 to 6 even. He doesn't have the mana pool to really cast his ultimate at will.
Mag is trying to play some tricks on Misery, moving a little bit back and
He
forth.
might die right here.
Yeah. He's standing far up. Misery could hit the Gale. He doesn't skill it. Just pokes him with a ball of it.
Yeah, Wisp was... I think it was close enough to go for a tether.
Yeah, I don't think they have the damage between the two of them, though. Loda was really far back. He was really far back. He was all the way at the tower. Mac had already been pushing the wave. Now it's pushing back. Misery doing a pull together with Ake, so they're getting some experience. But what are we looking at for Cloud9? They have a connection pull, ×2 from Aoi. He's getting the better trade off this safe lane, for sure. And Skywrath Mage can farm the small camp. Cloud9 being very effective in the early game.
Panda's getting destroyed in the middle lane too. 3 CS, 7 and 5 on Fodder. I mean, granted, this is a lane that...
Unwinnable lane.
I mean, you can still do, like, okay, but he uses Clap for CS. I think as soon as he goes on you with the static link, you just clap and try and run away and only get, like, 2 ticks of the damage off, but seems like he's not taking that route. Mag will secure top rune for Cloud9.
Oh, he gets a haste.
He might be leaving it for Razor to bottle.
That's true.
Nope.
No, he went boots. So, still waiting, though. Think he could claim this and get a little bit of experience up top, but might not be interested in that. Might be interested in looking for mid instead. This will be a very aggressive play for Cloud9, but I think they're not going to go for it. Never mind.
Alliance pinged out anyway.
I don't think that was going to be successful in any case. 730 health is a lot to get through.
EE tanking creeps behind the tower. Not that unsafe of a move, I suppose, considering the 2 supports from Alliance can't really do that much. I think even with Venogale, they can't kill him if he has sprint up. And the struggles continue for 8 Mother in the mid lane. Safe lane farmers looking about even on that pace.
I just feel like, again...
Mag initiated on top.
Yeah, this could be first blood. It definitely will be. He is very slow, even with the boots. Alliance getting off to a good start that they really need, in my opinion, with this draft. Getting the kill on the IO is not half bad either, because Ake will be looking far for a bit of gold in this game.
Not bad at all for them.
Very aggressive stance by them, tethering into Loda again and just...
What kind of build do you think should come out from Loda this game with that early kill? Should he go for like a Midas and tank ability, or more of like a blanket gank? I personally think it should be like a Midas, and tank ability is generally how Loda plays too, so he seems more comfortable with it, but at the same time...
If he wanted the treads, he could buy them now. I think he goes Midas, and I think it's a good choice as well. Alternatively, you try to build like a hybrid kind of fighter build with something like a blade mail, treads, and an armlet, but I don't know if that's good enough in this game.
He's going to have to carry hard.
Yeah. I guess that's the right way of putting it. We talked about it before the draft, or before the game began, rather. Alliance, if there's one thing they don't have, it's damage. They have plenty of control. Someone needs to bring the heroes down.
Yeah. Big crits, one way to do it. Skywrath Mage getting decent levels, and a lot of stacking going on all around. Admiral Bulldog fooling around in the opponent's jungle. Looks like he was about to get aggressive on Aoi there, but Aoi did not back down. Not terribly scared, especially with Skywrath missing from Alliance's point of view.
The laning phase is just still, seems like it's favoring Cloud9 with every minute, apart from that first blood in the top lane. Even with that, they're still leading on gold, and especially experience, 1500. A lot of it, I guess, can be attributed to that mid lane where Fada is, no, he's not even that far ahead, only 150 there. So it's the supports, I guess, will have to be the conclusion. If you look at the level chart here, Skywrath Mage is now level 3, Witch Doctor is level 4, so he's higher level than even the Doom on the enemy team. So that's probably where the discrepancy is, as well as the Slaughter of Envy being the only level 6 here in the game.
He's going to have a really quick Blink Dagger, though, and that's going to be problematic for 8mother. 8mother working on his level 6, still getting destroyed by Fata. Ouch.
There's just not much to do here. They can try to gank him with the IO and Veno.
Slaughter wrapping around for gank on Misery.
Oh, that's really aggressive. Envy, he changed his mind quickly as he got galed. He's going to take some really heavy damage on the way out. Just okay.
Maybe wanted to force a TP out from one of the other lanes, or force the Venomancer back to the T2. But
I think if a TP came, he might have died.
I think he can just TP out, though.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's true.
If Skywrath TPs, or yeah, if EO TPs and can't really do anything, Panda most likely not going to when he's had this rough of a time.
And Loda doesn't have a TP scroll either. He almost has the Midas. 130 gold to go for that in this top lane. He's getting similar farm to Envy. He's got way more denies, but the actual last hits are the same for both teams. And all the story of the game so far is just Alliance, they get a kill, and that's pretty much the only really positive thing. They're getting crushed mid lane, they're not helping him. The enemy supports are gaining more. When do you think they find some momentum to get around the map? Can they not do anything before relocate?
Well, if 8mother had a better time in mid than they could, or if Doom had level 6 and any good targets to go on, but I don't think either of those are the case. So yeah, looks like the level 6 were relocated. And Slaughter are going for a Vanguard too. If he gets a Crimson Guard, Alliance are just going to not have any damage.
I guess the good news for them is that pretty much the major part of their damage is magical, though. But you're right, Crimson Guard and playing a kind of a mid-game pressure style for Cloud9 could be a nice choice. I still think he should have got a Blink, but maybe the idea is that they let the Centaur get the Blink. Maybe Envy picks it up later on. And with how the game is going for Mag, it doesn't seem out of the question that he gets it at about, I don't know, let's say 13, 14 minutes.
Do you think he would have gone a different build if he didn't tank that tower? Like, he might have just picked it up for the regen so he can survive the next couple of minutes. So, who knows?
Just EE things.
Nice stacking by the C9 supports.
You can still buy Ring of Health and just sell it again, though, right?
Yeah.
So that's a classic thing for Envy to do, at least. Just abuse that 10-second sell-back timer. Just keep buying and selling Ring of Health whenever he's not last anymore. He kind of needs to be in the lane the whole time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mass TPs coming up from Alliance on the T2, looking to make a go on Envy. Envy not looking so hot right here, but can they initiate? Yes, they can.
Okay, he's dead. Okay. Oh, wow, nice damage going the other way. Misery tanking the ward as well. He's going to fall. Loda too. Aoi with the huge death ward play. It's probably still going to go down, so Alliance will be winning the fight regardless. And now they're turning on Fata. He does have a double damage. Will be dispelled. Very nice play out of 8mother, bringing him down and removing the double damage with one play. Now, Fata not able to bring down Aki. He's going to get stunned as well. Here comes Pi, though, turning onto Loda, as well as 8mother, both of them very low mag. Does not have Stampede anymore. He tried to use it to save the Witch Doctor, and now a long-range tether from Ake is going to stop the fight. Alliance, they get a 2-for-1 trade. But with how much they committed, I'm wondering if that was even worth it.
Big play from Witch Doctor, immediately casting an ultimate, and I think with a little bit of selection of targeting, they might have had a little bit more from there, but still getting something from what looked like a disaster for Cloud9 and Envy.
And if we check the graphs, that was definitely worth it. So never mind that. They got a lot out of that. About almost 1,500 gold, and pretty much the same on the experience, but 2 kills for 1. Very good.
I think
very good trade.
They expected the ganks to come as soon as relocate came, and using the smoke and everyone TPing bottom right before caught C9 completely off guard. And actually, that will make EE rather ineffective too if he goes his Vanguard right now, plus that gank. I mean, we're looking at a maybe 15, 16 minute blink timer for your safe lane farmer.
Yeah, and that opens up the map for Alliance if that happens. Then they have time to just farm safely. He will get the Vanguard. Do you think he finishes Crimson Guard before Blink now?
Personally, I would have just gone for Stout and Blink Dagger. I don't know. I think they need the Blink Dagger, just another source of initiation. Last game they had 2 sources with the Blink Beastmaster as well as the Blink Centaur. This game they probably should have 2 sources of initiation, and I think it's just really easy to catch a hero like Venomancer off guard, and it's really important to lock down a Beastmaster and get the jump on him before he gets a jump on you.
Lance sensing the smoke gank. They already pinged the pretty approximate location of Cloud9, but looks like Loda's still going to get caught. And the Death Ward doing its thing. They try to relocate him out, not successful.
It's going to be 2 kills.
Now Aki's dead too.
Well, actually,
Cloud9 is going to stay here. They see
Admiral
Misery
Bulldog's
bottom.
close enough.
They see Misery bottom. I think they saw Ape Mother in the river. Oh wow, maybe not. Yeah, they won't be in range.
Nice play from Bulldog.
Damn, that tether range. Sometimes it just seems absurd.
So we're looking at 2 minuses, 1 on Bulldog, 1 on Wraith King. Not a bad way for C9 to gank. Most important kill on the team is Loda. And Ape Mother halfway to his Blink Dagger after a rather miserable start.
Yeah, that's. I think that Blink Dagger is more key for Alliance than the Blink Dagger.
Oh, Loda might die again on top.
Yeah, they have the Maledict. It's level 1. But Slaughter's just hitting really hard. Yeah, Loda's definitely going to die here unless Aki can heal him up. They're trying. He's still going to drop to Maledict. And now the Witch Doctor with the Voodoo Restoration keeping Envy alive. They're going to use Primal Split for this. And he might not even get the kill. Envy is outranging him. They're going to go on the Witch Doctor if they can. Aki has to get out of dodge. And now they're going to turn on the Brew. We're currently in the Storm Panda doing good damage together with the fire, running away the Earth. Can they catch up? Fata looks like he's hungry for blood. I don't think he wants to die for this one, though. But yeah, Loda, with 2 deaths in succession, he's had 1 reincarnation this game, and Cloud9, after forcing that, just taking so much advantage of the fact that he's an easy kill.
Again, the play from Aoi setting that all up, and I mean, that's a kind of unique counter to Brewmaster too, just having Sprint and Stampede. He didn't really do that much damage with it. Somewhat close to killing the Witch Doctor, somewhat close to killing the Starladder, but not the same impact that we usually see Brews with 12 minutes into the game. Well drafted.
Oh, Fata even going to get the top tower with illusions. Everything going Cloud9's way in the last 2 minutes here. How much did he get from that? He has 1,200 gold. He could have bought a point booster there if he wanted, so I guess this means he will be the mech carrier for the team. If there's one guy who likes to get mech on his mid-hero, it's probably Fata, so not a big surprise.
True, true. And Loda, after those couple deaths, falling off the net worth charts. He is number 2 after maintaining a pretty steady number 1 lead. And let's see, what is Envy going for? Does he have a buckler in his inventory?
He bought a magic stick?
Any signs of?
No.
Nope. We don't know yet? Okay.
We have no idea. He currently only sits on 350 gold, so still waiting to see what his choice is. He's currently sprinting. Might be going into the dire jungle for an aggressive play, or wrapping around Ape Mother, or just hitting the tower. Okay. Envy, very aggressive, and Misery will cancel his TP, and this should give Cloud9 a lot of confidence that they can probably take this tower.
Yeah. C9 is so aggressive in this play, and the nice thing about Envy is if he dies a couple times, no big deal. They have follow-up damage from Witch Doctor. They have a lot of follow-up damage from Razor too, so I kind of like this aggressive play from him, making it super difficult for Ape Mother to get his Blink Dagger, as well as Loda to maintain his lead on the net worth chart.
They still will hold with the Plague Wards. Misery did reach that magical level 7 on Veno quite a while ago, so that's a very important part of Alliance's strategy, is being able to hold towers, because that's something all their other heroes are pretty bad at.
So
that was a good thing about picking the Veno.
Thought they might have smoked wrap around a mid into Brewmaster. That would have been very bold by C9. Just looking to get another pick on Wraith King.
Just killed him. Skywrath Silence opener. Sprint Crush.
Yeah.
And that's the problem for Alliance. If Brew gets opened on, where's the counterplay? You need to relocate in. That takes 2.5 seconds, and then...
Or relocate him out.
Or you have to relocate him out, so Aki needs to be in position. That's true. If they can pull that off, that's a really big play.
Still, Cloud9 setting up wards in the opponent's jungle. And at least Loda has Reincarn. Is he level 11 yet? You know, he's only level 9. Yikes. So if they kill him right now,
even
if
wow,
it's
he's
just
going to lose all his deeps here. 63. All right. 3/4 of his DPS is gone. Fata happy to take some of that.
He hits for 23. He crits for like 35. Well, EE wrapping around behind. Super aggressive. Sprints. See amplified damage on Ake. And He zoomed up in no man's land, but it looks like he's still sprinting up. Loda looks like he's going to take a first bill. Stampede pop.
These death wards are so good. Amazing damage output again from Aoi. Loda will come back to life. They're going to turn the fight onto Cloud9, but guess what? They just TP out. They don't have anything to deal with it. They will get 1 kill on the Skywrath Mage, so in essence a 1-for-1 trade. AK4, Pylite Eye.
Why didn't he
Primal
pop
Split and Doom. No, Primal Split wasn't used.
Yeah,
Doom
why didn't he
and
Primal
Reincarnation.
Split? And what skill does Doom have right now? Is he looking at an Aura or?
He has Mana Burn.
Mana Burn. Okay.
I guess he just used Devour to maximize his farm, looking for a new creep in about 25 seconds. But damn, Aoi just gets to cast these death wards the whole duration almost every fight. There's just the amount of counters Alliance have are, well, if Doom has already used his Doom and currently doesn't have level death, which I think he should put a value point in that right now to have another TP stopper / death ward stopper.
Yes.
And they doomed the Slaughter really early. This is what Envy wanted. You could just see from how he moved in. He was hoping he would get doomed and just run back out again. And that's exactly what happened. Alliance took that fight the way Cloud9 wanted. Now they're going to do the sneaky Roche. Minus 10 armor from Amplify damage. Fata, Pylite Eye, and Envy gathering up together. And this is a hard call to make for Alliance that this is happening because Mag is showing bot, Aoi's showing mid. Granted, the top lane is empty, but that could just mean that Alliance think that Cloud9 are scared of showing up here since Alliance have heroes missing, so Cloud9 going to pull it off.
Vanguard's actually really good for Roshan tanking. And, I mean, you just don't see this play coming. Cloud9 is probably one of the best teams, if not the best, at doing unexpected Roshans. First with like a solo Terrorblade, and it will fall 16 minutes time. And
this is a really big weapon for them to have should they win this series and go on versus EG. Roshan is one of the things I think EG often rely on and are really good at claiming. So if you can sneak that, that's an important part. But they still need to get through Alliance, and it's looking like a very even game on Golden Experience at this point. But we still, do we agree when I say I just feel like 10 minutes in, if the goal is even, then Cloud9 are ahead, just on fighting impact?
I think so. I think they have better late game. I think Brewmaster's efficacy has been pretty much negligent in this game too, and it's going to continue to be negligent, as well as Doom's. So you have these couple of heroes that don't really do that much, and then a Wraith King that just gets focused really hard, and it took a lot of early deaths in the early game, which means that he can't really do that much damage now. I would support Venomancer with only 3,000 net worth. So yeah, as you said, just not that much damage coming out from them. Not enough control. They can't really instant kill anyone with Doom, even after heavy focus fire, and Cloud9 can just kind of trample them, especially if Aoi's in a good position for those death wards, as he has been.
And what do Alliance do when Cloud9 pick up either a pipe or BKBs? It's hard to imagine heroes dropping unless Loda is beastly farmed. And now he's got a Maelstrom, so he's working on a Mjolnir, which is also very weak against both pipe and BKBs. There's just so much looking good for Cloud9. Eternal Envy really out searching aggressively. They don't have any vision on the dire side of this happening now, but now they will see him. Oh, maybe they just felt it as well. Oh, never mind. I have this ward here. Spotting Fata.
Look how aggressive he's playing. He's like 2 screens away from any sort of help from his team. He's in between the T2s and the T3s, and he's just limiting Alliance's farm by just being there. He's just a figure to behold. He's just like, hey, look at me, guys. You can't farm over here. This is my jungle.
And usually this is a play you can't make, but I think Eternal Envy just really smart of him to play it this aggressively. It's intimidating, and Alliance can't kill him. And should they kill him, then he has an Aegis, and backup will probably be coming. Okay, now his team are far away, so perhaps now he'll retreat a little bit.
They haven't used a relocate at all offensively.
Well, they can.
Yeah,
I don't know if they can. Like, you just stampede. Run away.
Well, that's where Brewmaster should be able to come in, though, right? You like Blink Clap, they stampede, then you split and Cyclone, ideally. But there's just no good partners for the Wisp to relocate on. Usually you want to Blink Stunner and just relocate during the stun, or Lassoer, like we usually see Bulldog play. But with him on the Doombringer, like Doom plus relocate is like okay, but the only one who's in a really bad position is Razor and Starladder, and neither of those are really going to die to that sort of gank.
Now Fata picking up the Ag Scepter, so gets a stronger Eye of the Storm, which also hits buildings. And now you might get what you were asking for. Brew will be opening on Fata in the bot lane, controlling him up nicely. He does not have a mech with his item build, so taking some good damage. Alliance are reinforcing this. They will be claiming that kill. Big kill for them. Envy has been cycloned up. Will Dispel remove Sprint? No, it won't. Oh, they might be able to bring him down once before. No, they won't. He is going to get out. Alliance, they get 1 kill. But again, it seems the only times that they really get away with getting kills is either Cloud9 initiating a team fight or them like going 4 or 5 on 1, and then they get 1 kill.
Not bad for them, but that means Panda ult is down. Age is still up for, what, maybe 1 more minute, and should be an easy T1 for them. I don't know, EE does have his Blink Dagger now, too. Not sure if he's going to pick it up over the Crimson Guard.
It's time to make your choice, Envy.
He could also just go Desolator, technically, or Pipe.
Or Dagon.
Anything. Rapier.
Yeah, that's
a blink.
Yeah, there we go. It's going to grab it. He's kind of low on health, but he doesn't care. Oh my god, how aggressive do you want to be with 1/3 of your health pool? Well, the wall of wards has been set by Misery, so not the easiest push in the world for Cloud9. They were probably expecting to be able to just get that tower by porting in Fata, by Doom, and Primal Split being on cooldown. But Misery holds the line.
EE going for an aggressive play onto Bulldog in mid. It looks like he only has about 30 seconds left on the Aegis, but Fata, with his recently acquired Ags, will smoke that tower. Looking for another kill maybe on EE. They do have wards in opponent's jungle, but at the same time, it's a Wraith King with his ulti up, and on top of that, they see
EE's Aegis is expiring in 10 seconds. If they time this perfectly, I don't know why Envy's going for. What?
He's not scared, man. He's playing like he has backup, but everyone else is on the other side of the map. EE.
4. What is going on? He's going to blink into Ape Mother. Will get doomed as well. He's got sprint running, but he's currently hazed up. There comes the split. We'll be throwing a rock, and they're going to claim Envy. I have no idea what that was about, but Alliance, they take advantage of it. Envy blinks. He blink stomped the Doom, started a TP, cancelled it, and ran into the rest of the enemy team. That was a questionable play here.
Maybe he didn't think that they commit Bruce Split to that, because that's the only way they get the kill.
It's true. Maybe he just wanted to use the Aegis for something instead of getting the region, like baiting out a counterplay from Alliance and still getting away. But that was that was so, like, risk-reward ratio. What would you give that? 0.1?
His reward is he gets a kill on Doom. I don't think that's...
Well, that doesn't really happen if you clap and then blink away. That's not how you deal damage.
Yeah, that's true. Just trying to be cheeky, I suppose. Mentality, dude. Psychological factors.
Yeah, I think Alliance are like, whatever you're trying to pull on us, it didn't work. What the hell are you doing? I don't think... The mental part didn't work either, I'm afraid, for Envy. Well, he's going to return to farming bottom lane, so... Are we still thinking Crimson Guard? Is it worth the money at this point? Is it better to get a BKB?
I think BKB is better.
Especially since Doom doesn't purge sprint. We haven't confirmed that, but dispelled it, so Doom doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, we might have actually even seen that. So I think BKB is a great choice, forcing out the Doom on himself and then just getting out.
I mean, he could also get a pipe too. If he's piped, the Doom doesn't really do that much, and they still don't have that much physical damage. At the same time, he can't really solo kill people, but at the same time, I don't really think that's what he needs to do. He just needs to be able to not die and just let Alliance focus him, as they have been doing.
So far?
Now he has his Ags.
Oh, wow, really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even see that alert. Yeah, he's level 11 with Eggs. Classic Aoi timing 20-ish minutes. Scarith Mage getting a Midas. This might be the first time I've ever seen that. It's very rare to get Midas on this hero.
Isn't Force Staff better?
Oh, it's a hero who just benefits so much from that 2,000 gold by either getting a Force or... You know, what else do you usually get? Sometimes you get the mech for your team, which I think would have been a better choice, just so they have one.
I mean, Force versus like a... They don't have anything, like, against... if Wraith King stuns someone and then they just force him out, what do they have for catch?
He could have even built the pipe with
pipe
the amount of gold he's getting. Like, I'm a little bit puzzled by how many teams and how many games we see mech not picked up. It's like the teams decided it's bad. Yes, it's more expensive in mana, but when you have a Skywrath with Arcanes, mana's not going to be a problem for you. Oh, they're going to wrap around. Aki is the target. Envy not combining, but Mag will. Easy kill. They're going to go on Loda, maybe. Oh, he will get the crush off. It's a disaster for Alliance. He will get a stun out on Envy, but he's going to lose all his damage here. We'll be getting it back by respawning up, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get completely controlled. I have the Storm. Look at it rip him. And a 2-for-1. What am I saying? A 2-for-0.
Nice play by Pi there too. He tried to counter initiate the 8 Mother Panda, He stood in the back, Ancient sealed him. Panda can't blink in. Easy 2-deaths for Loda.
And this tower will fall as well. Alliance don't have a solution.
And after this, Roshan's going to fall too. So
most likely. Envy.
we get that he's aggressive. We can say that.
Okay, well, of course it allows the rest of his team to safely hit the tower, but then they're also missing out on his damage when he does that kind of play. I mean,
Doom has a Shivas already, so coming from nowhere. He's number 2 on net worth. Admiral Bulldog been silently farming this whole time.
he also hasn't died, so that's a good way to get quite a bit of gold, of course. Devour and Midas will be giving you a lot of money. And Alliance, once again, in a position where they have to play for late game against what we still think is a better late game lineup than theirs. But if Doom gets farmed enough, gets an Eggs and Refresher perhaps, I think that's a better choice than going Combat Doom. I get the Eggs Refresher, Doom out 2 targets, and just let Loda do enough damage during that. Or do you think it's better if he gets right-click?
I don't think he should get right-click. I think he needs to be able to draw attention away from Loda.
Oh.
And if he gets right-click, he's just going to die super easily with no amount of survivability.
It's so cool to see this from Envy as well, because he's kind of become known as a guy who farms very defensively in lane, doesn't really move too much early on, and then later in the game, sure, he likes playing aggressively, but generally not the type of guy who goes for flashy plays. When he's on the Slaughter, it's like it's another guy playing. I don't know, he's reminding me more of a Rust kind of style when on his Slaughter.
Yeah.
And that one in the Dire Jungle really was a 4-play. Uh-oh, he's dead, Jim. He is, okay. Have a little bit of a desktop.
Need another view. Producer, hello?
Give Russian camera, please. Picnic. You don't need to totally picnic. We're going to restart Steam on the camera computer. Meanwhile, I'll be narrating whatever is happening. Doesn't look like you guys are missing out on too much. Or actually, you might miss out on a little bit. Alliance are smoked up, but they're going to fail the gank on Mag. He immediately blinked out and then stampeded away. Bulldog tried to pursue him with a Blink Doom, but Mag 2 fast on the trigger. Alliance, that was a big smoke for them. I think they might be out of smokes for a while. No, they still have 1 left.
I feel like I'm listening to like a baseball game on the radio.
Good, right? Jams it in! Envy's going to go in on Misery Bot together with Fata. Okay, get blown up. Amplify damage, crush. Fata with some good right-click damage, and in addition to that, they even dropped the Mystic Flare from Pi. So, well, C9 splitting the map better. Very impressive farm by Fata, might I add. He's got a 200 CS in a 27-minute game, which is very good for a Razor. Way ahead of everyone else, as we might be getting game footage in a moment. Switching to an overlay here. Okay.
Shiver's on the case.
We have got a full reboot on the computer. Okay.
Audiocast, continue.
Welcome to Dota Radio. Well, as you predicted, Cloud9 are going to do Roshan. 4 heroes in there. Now the 5th arrives. It's Pilot doing damage from the side. But Alliance want to take the fight. Okay, it's good we've got camera for this, because this one's going to be a big fight. 8-Mother is in the mix of this fight. Bulldog will get in and Doom Envy. They're trying to kill off Roche. It's not happening. Alliance getting the first kill. Nice Witch Doctor Death Ward on the top. Will be bringing down Doom fairly low, but they still have to escape. Now Stampede will still not save him. It's currently a 3-for-1. They got the IO, but it's really expensive. Alliance will steal the Roche. They're also getting a full team wipe to boot. What seemed like a pretty much impossible play.
Nice play from 8-Mother. Panda splitting before the fight began so that he can just absolutely ensure that he gets his off too. And
MVP ward.
Woof.
This ward right here atop the cliff. I guess you're not seeing it right now, so we do have the Russian camera running. But, wow. Alliance knew it was happening. They took advantage of it. Doom got in over the top with good Doom on Envy as well as the Shiva's Guard, which had a huge impact on the fight. And Cloud9 just didn't get to play their heroes in that fight so much. Very nicely done. Alliance pull it back, and they pull it more than back. What seemed to be a big growth in experience is now plummeted down, and this is a matter of fact an Alliance lead.
And that's one of the downfalls of Envy not getting BKB. He can't really do anything. He just falls really easily to the Doom. No survivability for him. Huge drop in the gold graph, as we see. And yeah.
It's going to still take a little while before we do get camera on, as we, of course, did have a reboot, so we're going to have to relog, but all right. I'm not sure if that's going to help. Wasn't it It was LD logged in, so you won't be able to get into the game.
Well, it's better than not having a camera.
That's true. Okay, so we're gonna, well, a little bit of an awkward situation here, as we did have an unfortunate PC reboot, which does suck, but we're gonna try to make the best of a bad situation. So currently, still watching the camera of the Russian casters, Eternal Envy. We'll be farming the Ancient Dragons here, looking at the Doom. Still not a big item picked up by Doom after the Shivas, but it is gonna be the Ags we talked about. Good choice from Admiral Bulldog, imagining a Refresher as the next pickup for him. He will be retreating a little bit from the mid lane as he pushes out the wave across the river. Mag, top lane, farming. Kind of quieted down. I think that was a bit of a blow to Cloud9's confidence. Losing a fight like that is very costly. Probably felt like they had control of the game, and now they've really missed out on a lot. And there's the axe.
Oh, wait, I can't join the game.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, well, okay.
It's a problem.
It is a problem. Well, I can't connect to Dota 2. Oh, anyways, going back to this game, so what does Alliance proceed from here? Do you still think they have the late game necessary to ensure victory off the back of that fight?
I think with two Dooms, I think they have a pretty good shot. It takes quite a bit of pressure off Loda's shoulders to do damage just because he has way more time to do it in. And now that he finished his AC, I'm imagining a damage item next for him. Well, looks like Alliance are doing it.
Man, that one fight just completely changed the game. Such impeccable timing going to the Roshan pit at that point, too.
That one ward from Alliance could have just saved the entire game, covering the Rosh pit.
So Starladder will go back for a BKB, it looks like, and looks like C9 going for the other play of trying to split push. But yeah, Alliance, they have their armor. They have Shivas on the Doom, they have an Assault Cuirass on the Wraith King, and I think with that, they can chink the majority of the damage from C9, and Alliance will proceed to high ground.
And they even have the Vlads on the Brew. So there's 10 AoE armor on the entire team, which is a great way of dealing with Slaughter and Razor.
And Death Ward.
And the Death Ward. So, Cloud9 might have made one of their biggest mistakes in the tournament going into that Roche pit. Or, well, the play itself wasn't necessarily that risky, but they didn't counter ward first. They didn't check, I think, for that ward.
They could have picked up a gem at
any
point.
And now Alliance have got the better map control. They have multiple heroes in the enemy jungle. Where do you go from here if you're Cloud9? Do you just try to slow down again, farm, or are you hungry for some fights?
They can't really make aggressive maneuvers because if they do, it'll get countered by relocate. So that's not really a good option for them. I think they just spread out and farm and get an AC of their own onto Eternal Envy, as well as a pipe that we mentioned earlier, and try and burst down Doom before he gets off double Doom. I think Admiral Bulldog is the most important hero to control in the fights, and they kind of just have to let Brewmaster do Brewmaster things.
Just Brewmaster things like going on Envy, but easy blink. Also now with the BKB completed and almost level 16, could be a potential fight for them, but for now they're content to farm. It feels like one of those games where you basically have no idea going in later. Usually it seems like, okay, there's a team with a clear advantage. We said it earlier, we thought Cloud9 had the better late game, but now that we see it play out and we start imagining what happens when they have a double Doom, even though they don't get the kills fast, they will get them over time, and Wraith King needs to get killed twice. Brewmaster cannot get killed in split unless they really hit him hard. Doom is very tanky. It might just be that we get into the point of the game where Alliance get to execute the plan they had.
Well, at the same time, if Wraith King gets static linked up by Razor, he can just be completely ineffective and just ignored. They can BKB through the Panda ultimate, as well as Venomancer damage and anything coming out from Wisp. And then at the same time, you don't really want to Doom the BKB targets, but you might have to. And then even after the Doom wears off, Wraith King might not have his damage. So you can still see the fights going C9's way. And on top of that, they have Stampede for a reset button.
We have got David back at the stand. Gonna need him to log into Steam so we can get our own camera back, as we were running it from his account. So it's probably gonna be about half a minute to a minute, or yeah, maybe a minute until we have our own camera back again, which should be great. Of course, Shiver on that. Top lane, they're gonna connect on Bulldog and just TP out. Envy's just, it's it's so funny because it's not bad plays. It's just so unorthodox for him and in general to go for this kind of stuff. So it's really entertaining to watch how he plays around in the map with his Slaughter.
Yeah, he's not falling too far behind in terms of farm either. He's like 4,000 gold behind the Wraith King, but considering what he's been doing, I'm surprised it's not a little bit more. And the smoke immediately comes out. Doom, yeah, no refresher yet. Still pretty darn stacked. Number 1 in terms of net worth. Looking for a Blink Doom on an easy target, and it might be EE here. They have him reserve reward over there, and I don't think he's going to be able to get a sprint off, and he is dead to rights.
Stampede. Gale did connect. He might live if there's some sort of healing coming in. There's not. Ape Mother's going to go on Pylite Eye as well. They're going to get 2. Split goes off as well. Mag has to cancel his TP. Alliance are in in a really good position, pardon me. Cloud9 in an awful position. They're spread all over the map as their mid lane's getting run down. Mag has to walk back to base. They're going to get the tier 3 for free. They're going to get Rex for free.
Wow. These observer rewards just completely paying off. They have it on the high ground, and Cloud9, even with their massive amount of map control, unable to prevent Alliance from making a sneaky maneuver into their part. I think it was a big oversight by not getting a gem.
What are Alliance scared of? Okay, now they're 5-on-3. They know Stampede is used.
Scared of a buyback.
I guess the buybacks are a bit scary, but even then, you still have the counterplay potential with the relocate. But I guess, yeah, okay, you have your split on cooldown. I guess better safe than sorry. They do, however, decide that this is a play to go for and will get the melee racks. Range racks, not falling. Oh, wow. Looked like Cloud9 had a grip on this game, and they just... A couple of oversights. Now they're really on the back foot.
That's a Veil from Venomancer. So, talked about their lack of damage output earlier. It looks like it's been solved with Bulldog's ridiculous farm and a couple of key items coming out from Alliance, namely the AC and the Veil of Discord.
Veil Axe Venom, when he hits level 16. That's insane damage output. Well, Cloud9, they lost their barracks. It didn't go as bad as I think it could. They could have lost the range tracks too, but still a big loss for them. And in the last 10 minutes, they haven't initiated once, I think. That's kind of been the story of the game. It's of the last 10 minutes at least. It's Alliance who are out for blood. It's Alliance who have the better map control.
Scared of relocate, man.
Maybe. I think they should still get a gem. They didn't do that, right?
C9 or Alliance?
Yeah, C9.
Yeah, C9 needed a gem 20 minutes ago.
They have the Midas on Skywrath, who can... Well, if you want to go Midas, you could definitely spare 900 gold for a gem. But they're not buying it.
Completely agreed there. Looks like Aoi is going for a BKB, so he might actually be a targeted Doom at this point.
That's the one big X factor for Cloud9 that could win them a team fight later on. Because if the 2 Dooms do go off on Razor and Slaughter, then maybe Aoi can get off that level 3 ultimate at that point. It's currently level 2. He misses 1.5 levels to get the full package. And again, we're slowing down a little. Alliance in their own jungle. Vision from Cloud9 going to expire now. That ward got to live through the entire duration. Now they're going to get scared because of that.
E farming away. Close to his AC, I suppose. And Mag, does he have Halberd complete?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So they have some solutions, I suppose, even if Razor and Slaughter to get doomed.
And there we go. Bulldog. Bigger and bigger. He's closing in on a full inventory now. Probably only wants to sell the Midas and change that into perhaps a Hex.
Still has bots to upgrade.
Or Dagon 5.
Or
BKB.
I think Heart is fine too.
I think BKB might be better then, but maybe you're right. You still get amped through BKB. The Death Ward hurts. Perhaps
or more armor. Actually, what armor item can he get at this point?
Second Kiras or second Shiva on himself? Well, I don't know. Blade Mail.
I wouldn't put Butterfly out of the question, too.
Yeah, I guess that could work. Alliance just seem to have so many smokes. They're grouping up again, but they're not going to find anything in this jungle. Cloud9 are across the map looking for something as well. See the line being drawn? Or the path by Misery into the river.
Easy Roche.
Yeah. Yeah, Cloud9 don't have vision. They do have the ward on their side of the cliff, but that's not going to see the Roshan being started. Alliance, on the other hand, do have one. Yeah, they're going to get this Roche for free. I guess it's better than the last Roche for Cloud9, where they got it stolen and lost 5 heroes. But nevertheless, Alliance getting even more.
So looks like what, Doom Aegis, who picked up the cheese? Is that Brew or?
Was there a cheese? Oh yeah, it was. Yeah,
so
Brew has it.
Yeah, I mean, they have armor on everyone now. And even Ake has a Ghost Scepter too. And a ton of damage output. Even the Veil gives a little bit of armor for Venomancer. So a lot of the damage from C9. I mean, it's going to take a long time to burst down any of these heroes. Probably see a little bit of passive play. Alliance can go high ground if they want to. If they ever push out the lanes. I think they can easily do that though, given how fat Wraith King and Doom are, and Doom's presence around the map is certainly felt. Cloud9 not really able to farm out anywhere safely on their own.
Yeah, it's basically just a farm trade-off, as it has been for the last 10 minutes. Alliance getting a slightly better deal out of it with the Roshan kill, but it also allows Cloud9 to get some big items. There's the BKB now on Aoi 2000, so if he does not get doomed, you will see a death.
I think you just Doom Witch Doctor and Starladder at this point. Just kind of ignore the Razor.
Yeah, his damage is falling off a lot, as Razor usually does at this point in the game. Do you think we see a refresher on Fata, so he has double Shiva, double Axe ultimate, or?
I think it'd be good.
I wonder what the alternative is.
Scotty?
That's kind of meh on that hero in general.
Butterfly?
Hex?
Okay. Hex is... They need sustained damage, not burst.
I think their sustained damage with Slaughter is really high already, but more of it definitely wouldn't hurt. And now Alliance, they do look to push. They take about a third of the tower. Loda's going back into hit. Gets him once and runs back out. Gonna get drained quite a lot by Fata, also using the Shiva's guard. Kira's completed, finally, for Eternal Envy. If Cloud9 lose a fight here, they lose the game. Like, Alliance definitely have the pushing power to take down 3 lanes.
What's our buyback status looking at for Razor and like Centaur and Witch Doctor?
They have it on Razor, they have it on Skywrath, and that's it.
Okay.
So
that means E has to play really, really passively, unlike what he's been doing this whole entire game.
oh, they're going to go on Loda, committing heavily to this Skywrath ult as well. They will bring it down the first time. Fata using the BKB, or never mind, only using the Shiva so far, has the BKB available. Loda is out on his second life. They're going to use the Primal Split, just buying time. Loda still mauling away at the tower here. Misery also took quite a bit of damage in the back end of play. Are they going to kill this Brew? The Earth Brew will still get away. Alliance, this is really not looking good for them. They need to get out of here. Use the Split. They use Reincarnation. Are they getting out though? Mag onto Loda. Relocate.
Oh,
saving him.
So important.
That's probably a tier 3 tower for Ake trade-off. Or maybe more. They get Misery. Eternal Envy is lost in the Abyss, but he's not lost in the aggression. Have to TP out the Razor. Ake, no tether available. So 2-0, but they lost the tier 3. I think Alliance are okay with this. They did not lose their Aegis on the Doom.
Why didn't Bulldog just blink in and Doom the Razor, and then they just proceed to take the Rex?
Yeah, I thought they could have committed to that too, but might be afraid that... I think it's more miscommunication than anything else. Aimother went in really early, and I guess
well, I think
Bulldog
that was a fine zoning ult.
It was, but then the other heroes need to commit in the same way, and that
That's
didn't
true.
happen. So.
Okay. I think that fight could have gone a lot better for Alliance, though. They didn't need to lose a gem. They waste Reincarn. I mean, you kind of, when you play like that, it kind of has to happen at some point, but they didn't really follow up on it. Like, if they're Reincarn, they're all slow, they're all running away. They didn't even pop the BKB on Fada, so Alliance, as you said, not really committing enough resources to that fight. And do they really want to wait out a little bit more? Doom is leveling off, only one more slot for an item. Wraith King is pretty stacked, but only room for, I guess, Abyssal exchanging out the Midas as well. And they lose the Aegis advantage that they just recently acquired.
It's the refresher for Fata, so it was what we were thinking about. This will cost him his buyback opportunity, I do believe. No, he still has gold for buyback, I think. So getting very rich on the Razor. This is a big deal because he has 2 BKBs, which combined have a duration of 17 seconds. So now I think you might have to Doom Fata. But if the Aghanim's ults are already running, you also don't want to Doom him.
Yeah.
This is perhaps the biggest item that Cloud9 could be getting right now. And if Alliance want to push, the timing could not be better. Well, it could be a little better. He's 15 seconds on the cooldown. They don't have glyph, so this is actually really not good for him. We'll get... Okay. Zoning Doom. Gonna open on Envy. He was way too slow on the BKB. He still isn't using it. He doesn't have buyback. Alliance get him for free. And they're gonna go for the Rex as well. Mag has to run out. Razor still doomed. Taking forever for it to expire. They get Pylai die as well by the looks of it with the Brewmaster. No, good Ghost Scepter. They've Yuled up Mag too. Cycloned him. Just a quick, clean fight by them. And if Brew gets out too, which he will, Alliance just got Slaughter and Rex for an IO.
Just in and out. They didn't have to commit any cooldowns to the Slaughter Art either. They didn't have to use Doom. They didn't have to just really use anything. I'm surprised that EE dropped that quickly. Perhaps not used to popping that good old BKB. And off the back of that, Alliance just...
I understood that reference.
They just need to go one more time. That's it. I mean, C9 have to play more aggressively. I think it was actually nice of him to doom the Razor very, very early on in the fight before the ultimate pop. It's not like a Razor can run in without his ultimate or without BKB pops. So
that was a very good call. Just even if he doesn't get brought down, just that 15-second duration where he's on the sidelines is pretty huge. Or actually, pardon me, 16 with Scepter. Kind of a random upgrade, by the way. Gets an additional second on the Doom. Pretty arbitrary, but yeah. Alliance, they get what they came for. They're probably eyes on the next Roche, which can happen in anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes.
To be honest, I don't think they need it.
Oh, maybe they don't.
They can just push right now.
But they like playing it safe, usually.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see them waiting for it.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool. Alliance dredging their way out of this one. Actually, they weren't that far, too far behind at any point in the game. It just looked like from the hero combination, from C9's playstyle, and from the Roshan that C9 was going to run away with it. But still, only 7,500 gold lead at this point in the game, and they will be playing it safe, waiting out that Roshan timer.
Yeah, it's as long as Cloud9 don't get out of the map, it doesn't really matter. Then yes, you've got Envy in the top lane, which he has favored a lot in this game, just pushing that out all the time. But there's no pressure. Alliance are controlling the rest of the map. There's no risk of a backdoor attempt in the top lane. They don't have any boots of travel. They don't have any good base pushing heroes apart from the Razor with double ult, but he needs to get up there first. And well, do you think that could be a Hail Mary play for Cloud9 later on, buying boots of travel and Vata and trying to...
Now versus relocate.
Oh, it's true. It's very, very difficult. Like, Cloud9 had the opportunity in this game and had the window where everything was going well, and since they took that Roche fight, it's just been going downhill the whole time.
Well, there was
just been decision-making more than anything from them.
I think building the Vanguard, not a great idea if you're not going to convert it to Crimson. Secondly, the Midas didn't really pay off for him now. What does Skywrath have now? 4 stab plus, I don't know, some minor item. So, I mean, it's not like they didn't have the tools to close this one out or at least continue their lead. They didn't get a gem. I also think that was a very big oversight on Cloud9's part.
So a lot of decision-making here for them to improve on for a potential Game 3 if Alliance keep this up. 7,500 gold in their favor. They're actually behind on experience, which is a little bit surprising, but Cloud9 has been finding really good levels, especially on Vata, on the Razor.
Smoke pops, it will find Misery, and he is dead, but not before getting his ult off. Oh, double Doom coming out.
They found out that's the big kill. He's not going to be able to get the Death Ward off. Vata, 2 ultimates running. Tracking down whoever he can get, gets the Fire Panda. Now Loda next in line. Look at that damage coming out, but there's no amp damage. EE is dead again. He got caught off, got the BKB off, but that's pretty much it. Now Vata has to retreat. Together with Pylai Dai, getting the Witch Doctor, so key to that fight, and getting the Venom off.
A great Doom again by Admiral Bulldog, just making Envy completely useless.
And they get Pi too. Relocate, looking for Vata. Has the BKB running. He's trying to turn on Aki to get a rebuttal kill. Not happening. Now he's going to fall himself. Alliance might be getting the game. The third lane of Rax is exposed. Mag is doing what he can. Had to buy back for that. It's totally over. Vata is alive again, but without any ultimates.
And
we were skeptical.
Blinking on Fada. Loda still has his ultimate. Right-clicking Fada down. Is there a bash to come? Mag uses Stampede. Fada will escape through the top sign, but still, there's no damage. They can't run in. No BKB on Razor. He's just going to die to Misery, and Loda chopped down. That is the game. Well, all went wrong with the Roche fight. The Midas maybe Eternal Envy's over-aggression. I think it was fine for like the first like 15 minutes, but that one time on top where Bulldog just doomed him, was like, okay, well, there goes your plan. Trying to get away with too much, maybe.
Questionable plays in this game, to say the least. But Alliance keeping their composure. It looked like it was going to be hard, but they made the better calls in the mid-late game, which is one of their strengths as a team. I just want to point out, two of Alliance's heroes didn't die that game. Ape Mother and Admiral Bulldog. 4-0 and 11, 5-0 and 9. Do you feel like it was a mistake giving away Brew?
Yes.
And IO.
Brew.
What was their trade-off?
I think
they got
giving
Razor. No, they got Centaur Skywrath in the opening.
That's a fine duo.
That's
I think
good,
you don't ban Slark, you ban Bat Rider, and you ban Brewmaster. But we don't know who's going to get first pick. I don't know what the deal is with that. But first pick is, I think, just much stronger in Alliance's hands. It's a huge deal in this particular matchup because they apparently don't really want to give away the Slark. No one wants to give away Bat Rider, and Fada's Brew is actually really good too. So if you're first pick, you don't have to ban out Brew because you can just take it immediately. Yeah. Still, Alliance, I think, with this game plan of out-late gaming them, it seemed like the Doom pick actually worked out after all. You and I were very skeptical of it, but Admiral Bulldog just farmed to perfection, and the mass armor just kicked in all at once too. The AC and the Shivas, and boom, nobody dies.
Cloud9 essentially tried to outgreed a lineup with a Doom and a Wraith King with Midas, with a Midas on Skywrath Mage.
I think if Starladder went for Skywrath, they could have gone for it, but at the same time, Starladder's poor at farming, but Wraith King is equally poor, so I think
But he went for Maelstrom,
okay. Yeah.
So then he will farm faster. Anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of game number 2. Game number 3 coming up shortly. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will find out who stays and who goes home of Alliance versus Cloud9.